You touched on a little bit of a disconnect here in Washington. You were on the ground in Israel just a few weeks ago, you mentioned. What do you think then is missing from the national dialogue and the international dialogue, too, when it comes to this war?
October 7th is like September 11th for us on steroids. I don't think anyone can imagine the Israeli psyche at this point after an event as barbaric and horrific as October 7th. And the idea that it could happen again and again, that it could happen in the north, not just on the Gaza envelope, from Hezbollah, which is a threat 10 times larger than Hamas ever was. These are questions that are lingering over every Israeli family. Kids who are trying to process what has happened, even if they were nowhere near October 7th, they still go to bed every night asking questions to their parents. Are they going to be massacred? Will there be something flown in or coming into their community? And so there is no way that Israel is going to allow Hamas to remain in any way in control in Gaza, or that its military capabilities will remain intact. And at some point, there will be a reckoning for Hezbollah in Lebanon as well, because of this same psychology and the same change in the dynamics. Also, the idea of the Palestinian Authority taking control of Gaza, the idea of a two-state solution being put up right now, so close to October 7th, is not sitting well with anyone in Israel. And that's not about Bibi Netanyahu, the prime minister. It's not about cabinet ministers to his right. We're talking about when you move to the left of Netanyahu in Israel, when you move to people who are not even in the government, in the left, politicians. Everyone in Israel is looking at this saying, look at the polling out of the Palestinian Authority areas. Look at the polling in the West Bank. Look at the incitement coming out of the West Bank, in the media, in the schools, from the leadership. No one has condemned October 7th from the Palestinian Authority. In fact, they celebrated it. And the population, according to polling, to the extent you can be believed, overwhelmingly supports October 7th. I mean, almost unanimously. Such high numbers. And the Israelis look at all of this after something as horrific as October 7th and say, you want us to agree to what? With who? On what terms? No, we're not going to just roll over and die. This isn't World War II. There is a state. It was built to protect the Jewish people, and that's what it's going to do. That is a major detachment from reality that we are seeing in Washington right now, where people who have been pushing a certain agenda, certain ideas for 30 years are still pushing those same ideas and are disconnected from the reality on the ground in Israel.